details, stay with me. I'm gonna hold your hand and I'm gonna guide you step by step. So then you are gonna have the most amazing, delicious, and memorable experience with your strawberry tartlets. So what do we need? We need some milk, some vanilla bean, we need some cornstarch, sugar, egg yolks, a little bit of salt, we need some butter, and some strawberries, and that's it. Step number 1, I need to start infusing my milk, which by the way is whole milk, with my vanilla bean. So in a heavy bottom pan, okay, try to get a very thick pot, so then you can simmer or infuse your milk. You don't want this to boil, you just want this to warm up, you know, simmer it, you know, so then the vanilla can, you know, relax, and the vanilla and the milk can be best friends. So that's what I am gonna do. My vanilla bean is here, and I am gonna cut it in half. So then I can scrape the seeds from the inside, and I can add the seeds into my milk and simmer it. And I can not just add the seeds, but also the bean, because that will also add some more flavor. If you do not want to add the bean per se, you can keep it, put it in your sugar, and it will perfume it absolutely delicious. And now I am going to add my vanilla beans here. Look at that, you can already see the seeds, you know, like floating there. Then we're gonna have a little bit of a close-up so that you can see it. Okay, so then I am going to simmer this for about 30 minutes or so. Once your milk and your vanilla bean is simmering, make sure that you cover your pot so then the liquid does not evaporate. That is also very important in this case because we are making pastry cream, and we want that pastry cream, you know, to be thick and nice. But this is for me, the perfect ratio, you know, for that consistency that I am looking for a tart. I would like to present you 2 alternatives, right? So we can make either a big tart, right? Or we can make small individual tarts. So you can choose. I am going to make both so then you can see it. And the way that I am gonna work it is you grab your clean tart plate, right? And then you grab your dough, high shell, right? And you grab it and then you press it all the way. And then you bake it. You bake it while your milk is simmering. So then by the time that this is done, your pastry has time to relax. And that's what I am looking for. Okay, and now I am gonna put it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Every oven is different, so be careful and be mindful about that. So check the temperature on your oven. It could be, you know, once again, I am setting these for 425 for about, you know, I'm gonna start with 15-20 minutes and then I'm gonna check. And now these are the small ones. So you just, you know, gently press them down. Try to press a little bit on the thickest part, trying to make all of the shell sort of like the same thickness. It is not complicated, right? Now, my milk is simmering, right? My shells, my pie shells or crust, you know, they are cooking in the oven. And now here I have my egg yolks, and I am going to mix them here. I'll beat them with sugar and also with my cornstarch and salt. And I will work on this for about a minute or so because I want this to be very pale and fluffy, because this is a very important step for our pastry cream. My vanilla milk, it's infused, right? And I am removing the pods, the vanilla bean. So then I can proceed with the next step, which is tempering my egg yolks with the infused milk. But this is important, otherwise you're gonna have all of these pieces of vanilla bean in here, and you just want the seeds, you do not want the big things. My egg yolks and my sugar and cornstarch are super fluffy and pale, as you can see. And now this is a very important step if you want to have like a good pastry cream. We need to temper this. So what is tempering? Tempering is when you are working with something cold and something super hot, right? So what I am going to do is I am going to put a small ladle of my infused milk, and I am going to incorporate it slowly here, okay? So then we are tempering, right? It is not hot, it is not cold. It is getting, you know, used to the temperature, the hot with the cold. And I am going to keep doing this until I finish incorporating all of my milk into my egg yolk mixture. All my milk is already incorporated into my yolk mixture, and I am going to return this into my pot. I didn't wash it, I didn't clean it, because it's all right. I can work in this same pot because the yolks are raw and so is the starch. Now I am going to set these over medium heat, and I am constantly going to be whisking it or mixing it or moving it, you know, so then I can cook my yolks. This could take maybe about, you know, 1 or 2 minutes. Do not go super high, and as soon as you start seeing that this is getting thick, we have 2 thickening agents here. We have the egg yolks that we need to cook yes or yes, and we have also the cornstarch. The cornstarch has a property that as soon as it gets in contact with high heat, it will thicken, okay? So this is very important. Pay attention to this step when you are making it. Take your time. It won't take long, but you are making sure that you will be eating a cooked pastry cream, right? So see, this is getting thick, okay? And this is the time when I am going to turn it off, because this is a very, very thick pot. So, and I am going to keep whisking it, even the stove is off, because I don't want to overcook, you know, my eggs. But this is good, see? This is a good consistency. Now that my pastry cream is still hot, and before I am going to pass it through a strainer, I am going to add some butter, because that will help to make it nice, glossy and shiny. Okay, now, because I don't like to feel, you know, sometimes the egg has a little bit of that membrane. So I want to pass it anyways through this sifter to make it to have, you know, like a very thin, silky end product. And once I pass it through here in this clean bowl, I am going to cover it straight in contact with paper, because I want to prevent it from that skin on top to form. With this, I am making sure that whatever I am having in my bowl, my end product will be all smooth, no little surprises, you know. Now that I have all my pastry cream in here, I am going to place straight in contact with the pastry cream some paper here. And now I am going to put it in the refrigerator, and then we can assemble our tarts. The crusts are already cooked, okay? We are going to set them here so then they cool down. The pastry cream, it's already in the refrigerator, okay, cooling down. And now let's start working with the strawberries. Well, to begin with, these strawberries got some steroids, right? I mean, they are huge. There are two options. If you have the small strawberries, the little ones, you can totally, after you put your pastry cream, you can totally decorate them here, you know, and they will look absolutely beautiful. But these are way too big, considering that they will be maybe up to here. It's kind of a little bit of too much for this size of strawberries, once again. So what I am going to do is I will remove the stem, okay? And once I remove the stem, I am going to slice it like this. And this is what, maybe about the thickness of like 1/4 of an inch or so, okay? And then we can start arranging them around here and they will look so pretty. My pastry cream, it's already cold, okay, and it's chilled. And now I am going to remove the paper, and before using my pastry cream, I am going to whip it, mix it, you know, so then I can still have that creaminess, you know, that silkiness that I am looking to. Nice and thick, that's exactly what I want. Now that my pastry cream is ready to work with again, because I smoothed it out, I am going to grab one of my mini pie crust shells and I am going to fill it with this deliciousness, right? And I am going to start arranging, you know, some strawberries here on top, so then it will look pretty. I am going to work with the, maybe with the small ones. Okay, now I will add a little bit of syrup. You know, I will brush my strawberries lightly. You don't need to add a ton, but for some glossiness, right? And now I will work on my big one. And now my pastry cream goes into my big pie crust, right? And you use it all, okay? And remember, we are going to start seating on top of this pastry cream the strawberries. So if you put the pastry cream all the way up to the rim, it will overflow. So we don't want that. Now that my pastry cream is here, you know, even, I am going to start arranging my strawberry wedges, you know. And I am going to start all the way around the edge first. And once again, this is something that you need to work with and you need to be patient. It's sort of like you really need to look at your strawberries slices and see what goes next to what, right? So now my tart, it's fully arranged with the strawberries and it already looks pretty, right? but I want it to look even more pretty. So I am going to use this syrup, so then it will have these gloss, right? Look at this beauty. Strawberry tart from me to you. And this is the little one, right? And I am going to taste it because look at that. You know, those things that sometimes it's like, yes, you know, you're proud of yourself, you did it, right? And I am very happy how it turned this out. And this one as well. So let's see how it goes. This is fantastic. It is not too sweet. It is refreshing, you know. This is a tart that you eat cold. The strawberries that are in season, of course, they are sweet. I like everything about this. I like the pie crust because it has that little savory accent that contrasts and balance the sweetness of the pastry cream and the strawberries, which actually also have a little bit of acidic. In one word, you know, this is such a easy dessert to make, and I hope you like it and you give it a try. And you know, once again, maybe if you feel that this is too much work for you, call your friends, gather your family, you know, tell someone, you know, and make this as a project. It is lovely, it looks beautiful, it will definitely enhance your table, and it will definitely also make your taste buds be very, very happy. And most of all, it will make you very proud. So my friends, once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for following me. If you have any question or anything, just feel free to call me, text me, write me a message. If you want to know about any details about this, let me know and I'll be happy to help you. Lots of kisses, and remember, use your secret weapon, use your love.